My name is Mitchell Murray. I've been working in clinical research for the past 7 years. I started out during my undergraduate supporting clinical research, doing some bench work and preclinical. I moved on working for one local medical center supporting clinical research, and after graduation moved into an academic institution in a full-time role supporting clinical studies. Now I've moved on to the industry, helping out with clinical trials for FDA submission. My current role is a clinical research specialist with a leading medical device company here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's very similar to a clinical research associate, but I have specific centers that I focus on in my region to conduct clinical studies for Class 3 implantable devices. Typical day-to-day, I work with research coordinators, investigators, clinical staff to work from beginning to end through the life cycle of the clinical study. In the beginning, getting documents for site initiation, working through data resolution and cleaning the data all the way down to closing up the study. The thing I find very special about working in clinical research is seeing the fruits of your labor. Being a part of a landmark clinical study that will inevitably change the way medicine is practiced. A really long-term study or even a short-term study to even investigate new investigational devices or approaches. To actually see it come out in the news or to see the publication in a major publication is very rewarding to see the fruits of your labor. My goal in entering the ACR program, clinical research program, was more around clinical strategy, really getting to talk with working professionals that have been in the field for many years, a lot of my professors, to really dive into the interpretations of the Code of Federal Regulations and then translating that into a clinical strategy to then ultimately collect that data for a PMA submission. If I could tell potential students about the program one thing, gosh, I don't think I could keep it to one thing. First, I don't take classes in St. Cloud. My classes are at the Maple Grove Center. I don't drive to St. Cloud twice a week. I get that question a lot. But mostly I would tell them to, if they're looking at programs, to really look at the focus and the flexibility. I think that was something I really noticed when I was doing my research. The flexibility of the program, being a working professional, I needed something that was more night and weekends or that would allow me to join class remotely if I needed to travel. Also, the focus of the program was more specifically towards clinical studies for FDA submission versus a lot of the other ones were more public health focused, geared towards for policy making. Being in the applied clinical research program has helped my career, I would say, almost immediately. Being able to dissect clinical studies and listening to your professors give real-life examples, and even just being in an environment where you can have a rich discussion about the Code of Federal Regulations that arms you with knowledge that you literally can take to your job the very next day. One of the unanticipated benefits of being in the ACR program, I would say, would definitely be the networking with a lot of industry professionals really invested in the program, and with here just locally and with all the medical centers and the medical device companies, including the big three right in our backyard. There is a lot of growth in the clinical research space as well as the medical device industry itself.